What are you doing?
Don't tell me that's a full Windsor.
Yes, it's a full Windsor. Why do you even care?
Because nobody important wears a full Windsor.
Clearly one important person wears a full Windsor.
Guys.
Like I said, nobody important wears a full Windsor.
Guys, stop. This is serious. The show topic is changing last minute.
Huh?
We're like 5 minutes to air. They can't just change the show.
This is important. Some missionary incidents that have happened lately that need to be addressed. I'll see you on set.
What?
Everyone, could I have your attention, please? As you know, recent events mean we're changing today's subject matter.
That'll mean some curveballs, so just do your best. This is serious business. It's an important show, okay?
Okay, people, we're on in 5,
4, 3.
From around the corner and across the globe, welcome to the Safety Zone. Now, your hosts, Spencer, Vivian, and Jerem.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. This is the Safety Zone, the only show dedicated to keeping our missionaries safe, healthy, and secure through video replay and analysis. We've got 2 very serious topics to cover today, and with the help of my colleagues, we'll get it done. Let's watch our first clip. Here we are at a service project in Asia. One of our elders used a step ladder to clean some lighting fixtures.
Okay, the first obvious issue I see here is he's on the top rung.
And it's pretty wobbly. Where's his companion? This is not a safe situation.
Oh!
Now, he only fell the height of the ladder, but he landed awkwardly on his neck and head on the concrete below. He suffered severe damage to his spinal cord. Unfortunately, it looks like the paralysis will be permanent.
I can't imagine living with that kind of injury for 2 days, much less the rest of my life. Look, you know, and you missionaries know, how big I am on situational awareness. But here I've got to say, situational awareness could have saved him, but obedience would have saved him.
We have mission rules worldwide. Always keep your head no more than 10 feet off the ground.
It makes me wonder if this district started off with a safety moment. Again, every service project should begin with a safety moment.
Every day should start with a safety moment, multiple times during the day, in fact. That's especially true in areas with electrical hazards.
Admittedly, electricity really wasn't that big of an issue in South Korea where I served.
It was for me in Brazil, and in a lot of countries across the world. A lot of missionaries grew up completely ignorant of the lethal danger of electrical wires. In some places, people spend evenings on their rooftops, like these ones, to get out of the heat. These elders, no different, start going up this ladder up to a rooftop.
Wait, hold it. Is that an electrical cable right there on the wall?
I was going to show you that. Electrical construction standards vary in different parts of the world. Here, the quickest way for the neighbors to get electricity was to run a service cable along this wall. And unless you've seen this before, this might be completely unfamiliar.
Look at that wind around, and is that a metal handrail? That's obviously not good with a cable on the other side.
Oh no, he's about to touch it.
We teach our missionaries not to go up on roofs. Electrical safety is one reason. This elder survived, but sustained multiple third-degree burns. He lost the use of his hand.
So missionaries, service projects and electricity are 2 areas that can present unexpected dangers. What can you learn from this? Let's do a recap rewind.
Recap rewind.
Staying alert and aware to all dangers is vital, and obedience to mission rules is absolutely key. Take service projects. Again, always start with a safety moment. Everyone participates, talking about what you'll be doing and how to do it without risking injury. Just talk. Talk about the rules that apply and decide on proper safety equipment. Our safest missionaries watch over their companions at all times. They never separate, and they always keep an eye out for danger.
I think so far so good, and see, even there the elder's wearing safety glasses.
Certain power tools and equipment can be especially dangerous. Missionaries always leave this kind of work in the hands of others, and ask your mission president if you wonder about specific tools. Even light power tools still require your complete attention, and hand tools can also be dangerous if basic safety is ignored.
And can I say something else about service projects? Look, no service project is worth a serious fall. Don't climb on roofs. Don't climb in trees. And when you need to use a ladder, never stand on the top 2 steps. Keep your head within 10 feet of the ground.
And vehicles, no matter how short the distance and no matter how fun it sounds, never ride in the back of a truck, trailer, or cargo area.
And while we're at it, never drive a non-mission vehicle. Missionaries sometimes forget that rule.
Transition to a recap on electrical
Very
safety.
good. And can I say something about electrical safety? Missionaries who grow up in some parts of the world may never have close encounters with dangerous electricity.
Absolutely. Where I grew up, power lines were well out of reach, either overhead or buried deep in the ground.
So when our missionaries serve in countries with different safety standards, they need to be particularly cautious. There are simple rules when it comes to using electricity. For instance, always keep electrical appliances away from water. That's an easy one.
Wow, and take a look at this. Never use an appliance with a damaged cord. Don't overload an extension cord by plugging 2 or more together. And never use one extension cord for multiple appliances.
But an even greater danger comes from electrical service wires.
Yeah, you know, you may be in a very different part of the world right now. Keep your distance from all power wires like here.
Or here.
Or here. In some impoverished parts of the world, people tap into all types of wires, stealing electricity and cable service. You have no way of knowing whether those wires carry cable TV or high voltage electricity.
I would always assume one of these can kill you.
And watch for exposed cables and wiring where you least expect them, like in stairways and closets. Be especially careful on balconies and near windows.
Some parts of the world use electrical coils to heat your shower. Be especially careful with anything that plugs in around water. Always check for damaged wires or equipment.
Electricity is one of those dangers we rarely think about, but one that can be deadly.
Once you train your eyes to see them, you'll notice hazardous electrical situations all around you. Don't let these visual dangers become commonplace, just part of the background. Stay alert at all times and watch out for your companion.
All good notes, Jerem. Thanks, Spencer.
You bet.
In today's Let's Get Real segment, you'll meet the family of Elder Colt Coons, a young missionary who came too close to a live electrical cable.
It's fun to just keep this room the way it is, isn't it? You just come in here and know that he was real.
We had a great life together on the farm and teaching and 10 children.
And they'll be the first to say that Cole was our favorite.
Colt was the last child. He always said, I know I'm spoiled. It's my job.
He wanted to be a dentist, but his main goal in life was to go on a mission.
Dear Elder Coons, you're assigned to labor in Mexico Tampico mission.
Elder Kuntz stood out. It was his complete and total desire to be there and to serve the Lord.
Elder Kuntz and I were in the MTC together. We hadn't even been in the mission field for a month. It was the end of the day, and things were kind of winding down. So Elder Kuntz and I followed our trainers to the roof to talk with them a little bit. In Latin America, it's completely normal to go up onto the roof. On these rooftops, though, there's no hand railings, and there were overhanging power lines that were right next to that rooftop. Elder Kuntz was telling me about some of the awesome investigator that he and his trainer were teaching. And absent-mindedly, he reached out with his hand and he touched an overhanging power line. And he could see the electric arc exit through his ankle. He tumbled face first on the concrete sidewalk. I came out and I was trying to stop the bleeding from his head. There was an insane amount of blood. I just remember saying something to the effect of, we'll get you through this, like the ambulance is on its way. We'll get you home safely to your family. And this will all turn out okay.
The death of a missionary And the impact that that has cannot be described.
Honestly, if I had to just sum it up in a single phrase, I'd say I felt dead inside.
It does take a piece out of your heart, and it takes a piece out of your family's heart.
There's a tendency to think that because an accident happened that someone must have done something wrong.
This accident is something that happened because of bad building codes.
In one country, those wires might be far away from any occupied housing or structure. But in another country, they might actually be resting on that very structure.
So being situationally aware is extremely important for avoiding danger. You can't avoid a hazard if you don't realize it's there to begin with. It's as simple as taking a look around at your surroundings and your environment. Divine protection from angels isn't a force field that shields you from anything bad that could possibly happen.
If there's anything that we say that might help the missionaries to realize that it's important that they be careful so that they can return home to be with family again.
All the promise that was there and all of the hopes and the dreams that he had, it was not to be. Exercise your best judgment. And if you encounter a situation that you did not expect, you will withdraw quickly. You will not test fate.
Yeah, I don't have the words. I mean, the loss of that young missionary, the hole it left in the hearts of his family is absolutely devastating.
He was so anxious to serve, so willing. More than anything, he wanted to represent the Lord to the people of Mexico. What a good young man. His family is so proud of him.
I think we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the Coons family. It can't be easy to relive that personal tragedy and then have to share it on camera. It is a real measure of how important they think this message is for all missionaries.
Amen to that. And thank you, Coons family.
And you missionaries, these things can happen so suddenly and with such devastation. Please don't let lack of awareness or a moment of distraction end your missionary service. You're here to serve, so stay alert, stay aware, and please, please stay safe.